Hello everyone, I am Ajay Agrawal. I live in Janjgir district of state Chhattisgarh. I have completed my masters in chemistry and I have recently completed my bachelor in education degree in this current year 2022. I have been teaching since 2015. I worked as a faculty in a school and I am also teaching in a coaching institute here. I have also written a reference book of chemistry for class 10th which has been published, and I recently completed my work of reference book for class 9th chemistry and which is going to be published very soon. And today I am going to deliver you some important topics, lecture on some important topics of our chapter chemical kinetics, which is class 12th chemistry topic, and I am going to deliver some important topics and we are going to pick some important topics of this chapter. Like as you can see in the board, we are going to discuss about rate of reaction. So without wasting our time, let us start the topic. So before starting our topic, let us discuss some basic concepts of this chemical kinetics and rate of reaction. So before going to our topic, we will be discussing some basics regarding a reaction. Now let me first tell you what do you mean by reaction. Basically, reaction is a process in which chemical participates and changes its forms, natures and properties. Means if you are taking some chemicals as a reactant, now I am hoping you all know about reactant, what is reactant. So I am taking a reactants actually and performing a chemical reaction which results in the formation of product. So the process performed here can be considered as a chemical reaction. So basically a chemical reaction is a process in which reactants participates and forms product. Now, as we all know that chemicals participates in a reaction and converts into products. The time required for this reaction to happens and the time required by the reactants to get converted into product. The time mainly. Here our topic is chemical kinetics, in which the chemical is basically a term we all know, and the kinetics refers to the mechanism of a chemical reaction which is related to time. So in short, we can consider as the kinetics is the time or the speed. Okay. Now in chemical kinetics we are going to discuss when a reaction takes place. Now what is the time required or how much time it is required by any chemical reaction to happen and how much time is required by any reactant to get converted into product. Now basically in this chapter we will be discussing about the speed of a chemical reaction. Now according to our basic knowledge in chemical kinetics we will be discussing about the speed of the reaction. Now we all know that the chemical reactions takes place very fast. Now let me correct you here. Actually the chemical reactions are broadly divided into three parts according to their speed. Now, the first one is fast reaction, or we can consider it as very fast reaction. This very fast reaction takes approximately no second to get complete. Okay. Now in very fast reaction we can consider it as the formation of a precipitate reaction. Now the precipitation reaction is a type of very fast reaction which requires no time to get complete. And the second one is a mediate reaction. Now mediate reaction is basically the intermediate of very fast reaction and slow reaction. Means when a chemical reaction takes place, we classify them according to their speed as fast reaction, as slow reaction, and the middle one is as mediate reaction. That is actually intermediate type of reaction in which the reaction takes some time but it is not considered for the observation. And the third one is slow reaction, or we can say it as a very slow reaction. The slow reaction takes sometimes, actually it takes more than some time to get complete. like the radioactive decay. The radioactive decay of any radioactive material is considered as a slow process or slow reaction because it takes so much of time to get complete. And the slow reaction are the best reactions for our observation because we cannot observe a very fast reaction or intermediate reaction. We prefer a very slow or slow reaction for the observation, for the understanding of the mechanism of the chemical reaction. So in this topic we will be discussing about the slow reaction. I hope this all you get it. And now let me tell you one thing, that in this chapter we will be discussing about the speed of a chemical reaction, but particularly in this chapter we will be referring the speed of the chemical reaction as a rate of reaction, where rate is nothing but the speed. So rate of reaction is nothing but the speed of reaction. So in this chapter or in this lecture we will be discussing about the speed of a chemical reaction. So before going to the topic, let me tell you one thing, or let me ask you one thing, that if you are hungry, actually a bit hungry, actually you are starving. Let us suppose you are starving. Okay, now you have 4 chapatis in your plate. So what will be the speed of the first chapati to be eaten? Now obviously you can all think about it and you can all know about it, that the rate or the speed of the first chapati eaten by you will be much greater than the speed of the 4th chapati or the 3rd chapati or the 2nd chapati. So basically I am trying to say here you is that the rate of or the speed of eating the chapati of the first chapati is greater than, means the rate of eating your first chapati is greater than the rate of eating your 2nd chapati, which will be greater than the rate of eating your 3rd chapati, and so on. So what is the difference between this? Why the rate or the speed? Why the speed of eating chapati getting different, or let's say particularly decreasing? Why? Just because, as I say, let us suppose you are starving. So when you ate first chapati, your hunger gets a little satisfied by the meal you ate, and the concentration or the amount of hunger you get decides the speed of your eating meal. So basically the rate or the speed of eating chapati depends on the concentration of hunger you have. Just like it, the rate of any chemical reaction depends on the concentration of the reactant you have. Means if let us suppose a reaction, I am basically consider the reaction R gives rise to P, where R is the reactant and P is for products. Okay, now let us suppose initially you have a reactant of 10 molecules, which converts into product, and let us suppose the completion of this reaction takes 10 minutes, okay. Now let us consider the same reaction. I am taking the same reactant here. Let us suppose R1 and P1. Now here in the second example I am taking the same reactant R1, which is going to give product same product P1. Now as you can see, the reaction is same, but in the second case I am going to take 100 molecules but not 10 molecules. So I am asking you, what do you think about the time required? Whether it will be greater than 10, less than 10? I am giving you the options. This third one, whether it is 100 minutes. Actually, let us make it greater than 100 minute and less than 100 minute. Just answer is this, as simple it is. So as you can see here, 10 molecules take 10 minutes. So obviously 100 molecules will take 100 minutes. Let me give you third option, where T is 100 minutes. So what do you think? what will be the time of the completion of the reaction? In the first case, the reactant R1 converting into the product P1, and the reactant molecule we have taken is 10 molecules and it is taking 10 minutes. So if in the same reaction I am increasing the number of molecules of the reactant, I am going to make it 10 times, means 10 molecules. Here I am taking 100 molecules. So what will be the time required for this reaction in the second case to be completed? Greater than 100 minute, less than 100 minute, or exactly 100 minute? So the option is, actually it seems to be 100 minute, but it is not correct. It will take less than 100 minute. Definitely it will take less than 100 minute. Okay, definitely it will take less than 100 minute. Now you are thinking like how? So let me give you two cases to understand this example. The first one is, like I said, you are starving and I have given you two chapati, only two chapati, which will be a satisfied meal for you. Let us suppose I'm not going to tell you that you should eat two chapatis or like anything like, but I'm giving you a situation where you are starving and you have two chapatis to eat. Okay, now that's the first case, and the second case is you are full. Okay, and I'm giving you two chapati to eat. That's the second case. Now in which case the chapati is going to be complete very soon or fast? In which case you are going to eat chapati very quickly? Whether it is first case or the second case? Obviously it is first case, because you are starving and you are hungry, and then the second case you are already full. So obviously in second case you are going to take some time, a bit longer time than first case to be complete. That's the same case in the first and second case. Here example. In the first example you have taken 10 molecules, and in the second case you have taken 100 molecules. So if you are hungry a bit, means you are starving, and here you are full, then in which case you are going to complete very soon? The second one, because you have a higher concentration of reactant as compared to the first one. Okay, now according to this we get that the rate of any reaction, rate of any chemical reaction depends on the concentration of reactant present, means a rate of chemical reaction is directly proportional to the concentration of reactant. Here the square bracket represents the concentration and R stands for the reactant, means rate of reaction depends on the concentration of reactant. Okay, I hope you get it. So that's all for today. Thanks for watching.